When you're fighting shield guys, you have to take control of this fight. You can, you know, my friend Isaac, he'll sit back, but he's still in control of everything. Right, he'll sit back here. Right, good defensive blocks, right? Like you think you're doing stuff. Right? Ooh, that's dangerous for me, right? Ooh. Right, like you think you got all this. Right, moving around. If you notice, I'm still leading the movement. Right, but it looks like I'm not. It looks like I'm retreating the whole time. Right, but I'm still leading him around. I got him on a leash right now. Right, he's just following me. He doesn't know what he's doing. Boom. Just walk away. So, when you're fighting Florentine, the hardest part about being a Florentine fighter is fighting other Florentine fighters. Because it's just a hot mess most of the time. Right? It's just like swords going everywhere and arms, and like both people trying to hold this distance. It's, I don't know what's going on, like people ducking stuff. And like so let me get a Florentine fighter. So, there we go. So you're gonna set up, you're gonna start this fight. Right? My shot selections are different, right? He wants me to come over. I'm a Florentine fighter, I know what he wants. Right? He wants me to come big up over the shoulder, right? That's what he wants. He wants me to come on these arms. It's cold outside, right? I don't know if any of you have heard this. There was a sword knight named Spindrift, and this was his big deal, right? It's cold outside. It's easy to block this. Right? This is the outside, and it's cold out there. Right? I block this, boom! He's got me all day. Right? So you don't want to, like, you'll see a lot of newbie Florentine fighters come in like this. Boom, right? And if I'm a Florentine fighter, all I gotta do is this. Right? Oh, what's gonna happen here? Yeah. So, Florentine fights are hard. It's about manipulation, because he's trying to manipulate it too. And you know, you can control a fight by moving forward too, not just backward. If I can get him on a heel, it's like a little stutter step or something, get him moving back. Ooh, now it's right. Right? Now he's moving back. And not by his choice, because I'm pushing it. Right? The second he stops, right, we either do this, whereas that's a hot mess, right? He's just like a fucking spaghetti bowl. Swords and bullshit. This is where, you know, a lot of stuff. You want to get him to come outside. Boom, back inside. You want to snipe arms. You want to get him to throw. Boom. And that's what the problem is, that's what he wants to do too. Right? When you're fighting another style, they want different things. Right? When I'm fighting a shield guy, he wants to come in, move real slow, catch some blocks, return, throw little short choppy shots on me, maybe some big looping stuff if he can get me out of position. But when I'm fighting a Florentine guy, we both want the same stuff, right? Ooh, moving around the same, right? The problem becomes when, you know, the way to win a Florentine fight is making them impatient. Right? Patience is key. Right? They can get tired of this. Right? Get him frustrated. Right? He's getting bored now. Right? You're just blocking stuff. Ooh, there we go. Now he's doing it. He's hit. Boom. Let him have a couple of them too that you're just blocking and not throwing against. They're getting bored out there, getting frustrated. Oh, this sucks, man. There's a ditch going on, and I'm still with this one guy. It's been going on for like 20, 30 seconds now. Like people are fighting over there, and I'm bored. I'm still right here with this one dude. That's when he makes mistakes. That's when he really commits to something dumb. Right? If you can catch him in that one spot, when they really like fully commit to something dumb, right? This is dumb, right? He starts trying to swing for my shoulder. You know, he's not blocking his arm. He's not blocking anything here. I could probably come over here and hit him if I wanted. Right? He's just bored now. He's like chasing you now. Right? He's like, They're like all the way back here. It'll start it too. Just ooh. Right? So you base. So that's the principle of fighting Florentine fighting. It's harassing style, right? It's harrying. It's moving around. It's like guerrilla warfare, right? It's like, I'm not trying to like light him up the second we go at it, right? I'm not gonna stay out here, I'm gonna move around. I'm gonna get him tired. You can do that if you got better stamina than the other guys. You can just run them around all day, right? Just run them around. Oh, yep, just run them around. Ooh, well, there we go. You get them tired. With one fight, like people will be like, oh, Jesus. Ooh. They're done every time after that, right? You know, if the ditch goes on, they just keep getting more tired. They'll stop fighting you. They'll walk away. They'll go somewhere else. You do 3 or 4 like that one, it's exhausting. And at the end, you get nothing out of it. Ooh, they don't like that. They're gonna walk over the other end of the ditch field. Right? They're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna go find somebody who's a little easier to kill. So that's kind of the basic philosophy behind Florentine fighting. We'll go against a few shots for Florentine. Florentine on Florentine sucks. Right? Because the shots are all the same for both of us. So essentially you're just kind of like, ooh, hope he makes a mistake. Wait for him to do that dumb thing. Boom, boom, boom. Sword and shield, against the sword and shield, we'll do that. I see him way more to grab a shield. I'll show you a few shots, basically the basic Florentine shots. Florentine, in my opinion, was kind of designed to fight shield fighters. It was kind of the perfect setup for fighting these guys. Because, hey, I've got 2 shields, and this thing can't kill me. And I got 2 things that can kill him, and he's only got 1. This is awesome. Math is great. So, your basic Florentine shots. Boom. If he blocks it, great. If he doesn't, he's down an arm, which is awesome too. But it's just, boom. Right? He's just, whatever this is, if he blocks it, it's fine, because your shoulder actually is coming here. Right? But these things have to be in unison, right? Boom. Boom, right? If you give him enough time to see that it's coming over, boom, he's gonna block it. Right? They have to be back. Boom. Another one is, like I said, this shot essentially applies, this is what I'm talking about. This comes from single sword. Right? This applies to every fighting style. If I can get him to throw on this arm, boom, same thing. Same single sword shot, same sword and board shot, same Florentine shot. Boom, touch it out here, hit him in the arm with it. Boom, same shot you were doing in Florentine, right? You just put your hand out here, boom, same shot, shield. You just block it out here and you hit him in the arm. The butt wrap is essentially kind of the same, except you can tag it off a little bit up here, right? If I can go, boom, right? You don't need a big old fake like you do sword and board or single sword to pull his shield off, because you can use your sword here to just stop it from moving. Boom, right there. Now there's another Florentine shot. And as far as I can tell, I think I actually invented this shot. And if somebody's seeing this on the internet and says like, I've been doing that shot forever. Great, cool, credit to you, buddy, just send me a whatever. All right, but I think I actually invented this shot. It's a 3-step shot, and it's a killer sword and board shot. This is like one of my 90% shots on sword and board user. Like I'm looking at Hall of Fame numbers, right? You're gonna set him up, boom, right? Step 1, check this sword. You're not looking to control it. You're not looking to do anything. You're getting him to, all you want him to do is start blocking up here, right? That's where step 2 comes in. And transfer the block. This is called transferring the block. When you've got a block here, and I move it to here, that's a block transfer, right? So I'm gonna go step 1, boom, step 2. This is where you put pressure on, right? That step 1 is just the tap. I want him to get his sword where I want it, right? Step 2, boom. Step 3, take a big old step over here. Turn around. There you go. Step 1, boom. Step 2, and this has to come fast. I'll show you guys at full speed in a second. Step 1, step 2, boom, big old step. Boom, right there. I'll show you full speed. Right? You're just running by him at the end, right? Because you have to come in so fast. Right? There you go. That's going to kill a lot of sword and shield guys. You can get it down. Boom, boom, boom. So when you had questions, shield versus Florentine, right?
Correct. How does a shield, because the shield has that obvious disadvantage, though they do have a larger blocking surface, how do they capitalize on their strength?
All right, I mean, as a Florentine fighter, this is my jam, right? This is my jam. But all things being equal, skill levels being equal, I think a good shieldman beats a good Florentine fighter. There's a very good reason for that. And that reason is the stab. Right? I'm set up like this. I'm good to go around rolling stuff. All he's got to do is just, boom, stab me. Another good way to beat Florentine is you just kind of get in here. You start moving away from this sword. You can throw it over here. Because a lot of Florentines like throwing to the same side. So I want to overload this side, right? I want to overload stuff over here. So if you can get a Florentine, as a shield person, if you can get a Florentine to come against your sword real heavy, like I said, just start throwing multiple shots. Just keep going. Right? If I get him to do this, and he's doing it with both swords. Yeah, here you go. Right, and I'm going to start just by kind of like, ooh, there you go. Right? Just move away from it. Start that circle, right? Back. There you go. Look where I'm hitting him from. Look at this. Right here. Moving away this way. No danger. No danger. Like, turn around. There's like a mile between his sword and me, right? My arm's right along my shield, so he's not really going to hit it. All I gotta do, he's trying to like overwhelm this side with chops, right? Just boom, boom, boom. All I gotta do is move away from it. Boom. That's a good defense for Florentine. Also just stabbing him like we said. Right? Florentine just want to come forward. Like, you know, a lot of kind of beginner Florentines, middle tier Florentines, they want to come forward. This is aggressive style. I got 2 swords. I'm invincible, right? They want to come forward. So let them do that. You know, start the fight by taking a step back. Right? You know, we're going to start this range. First thing you do, boom. What are they going to do? They're like, oh, shit, I better go. He's going places. I'm going with him. Right? Take that step back. Start this the way you want to start it. Right? And when he's coming in on you, oh, yeah, he's like, oh, big time, like big outside stuff. Just wait on him. Boom. Done. Right? You can even do it on the incoming, right? This guy in my part, that's all I'll do to him. I've been throwing the same shot against him for 4 months and he hasn't learned how to stop it yet. Right? You know? Boom, around the hand, he'll throw a big old shot right here as soon as I do that. Boom, like right against my hip. Oh, you're dead. Boom. Right? Stabs are your best friend if you're fighting a Florentine fighter. Best friend. You want to stab the crap out of them. The protection. And anybody who watched the next panel heard my very specific answer of goals. And this is the reason I have that goal. Your protection. Boom. Boom. Get it out of here. I don't want that. I don't like that at all, right? Boom. You can block that down. You notice every one of those, I blocked with my left hand. Because I'm good at blocking stabs with my left hand. Which is why my goal is to learn how to block shots, block stabs with my right hand, because I'm shitty at it. Right? If I can do that, boom, I got my down, down. Right? And I'm bad at it. I admit that and I'm working on it. But that's your protection. So, given that information about shot timing, defenses, what's the best way to block a shot? Anybody?
Not be there.
Nope. Best way to block a shot is know it's coming. Right? That's kind of a trick question, obviously. But like, if you could make him stab you, right? A lot of this happened to a lot of you last night. I'll come in like, oh! Like I'll take a big step in, like, boom! What's your reaction? Yeah! I'm gonna stab him. This stuff's all the way up here. And he's coming in like, oh, like this. I'm gonna stab the crap out of him, and I know it's coming, right? Boom! That is the best way to block a shot. Make them throw it. Right? And you're gonna run into people who are faster than you. Oh no, I died. But you keep working on it, and I'm working on blocking them with my right hand. You know, find little goals to do. Find stuff you want to do. You know, if you want to do this shot, practice it every time. Every time. Spend like a whole hour of vision just throwing it. Boom. They know you're gonna throw it because you've been throwing it for the past 15 minutes every fight. Right? They're blocking it every time, right? Oh, damn, I'm gonna die. I feel it again. Keep doing it. The best feeling in the world is killing somebody with a shot they know you're gonna throw. Right? They're like, oh, he's gonna sit up with that thing, right? Ooh. He knew it was coming, he's all rotating around. I still killed him with it. Best feeling in the world. All right, anybody else have any questions about fighting Florentine or vice versa? Fighting styles versus fighting styles. We're gonna have to go about another 10 minutes and we'll take a break. This is a good time for like styles versus styles.
Does you as a Florentine fighter, does your tactic change significantly versus strap versus punch shield?
Yes. Yeah, so get up there with a punch shield. Well, you're using it like a strap though, because it's big. And use it like a punch. There you go. All right. So, stuff that I like doing as a Florentine fighter versus a shield fighter doesn't work anymore. Because he's able to cut those angles really easy. This big boomer shot right here, this big check to this, he's able to like super quickly move that up, right? Oh, he's less likely to overcompensate block with a punch shield too. Because people who fight with a punch shield know that it's just an invulnerable hand block, right? People who fight with a strap, they're like, ooh, they're kind of moving around behind you. You know, they want to like keep it tight, keep it right? They're just moving it a little bit at a time. People with punch shields, they already over-exaggerate to block everything, right? So they're less likely to read big power shots and super block down here with it. Like they're less likely to combination block with their shield and their sword. Strap fighters do this all the time, right? You throw a big money shot down here, they're likely to go like this, right? They got a sword down there and a shield down there. Punch fighters are way less likely to do that because they're very used to their hands being separated, right? It's almost like a Florentine style. Look how his hands are, right? Look how his stance is, right? He's got this hand way out here. He's got this foot forward. It's almost the same stance. He's very used to his hands being separated. So he's less likely to over block down here. So this big boom works way less often. Another thing that doesn't work nearly as well is the bait, right? So, yeah, there you go. This baiting for this arm and then catching it, boom, works way less often because punch fighters are way more likely to do stuff like, when they throw a shot in here, push their punch out with it, right? They're way more likely, let's move it there. When I'm going for this outside arm, I want to get this arm out here, I'm way more likely to do that. As a punch fighter, you'll see some strap fighters do it, but keep in mind it's strapped to their arm, right? They can only push it out about this far, right? Punch fighters, ooh, all day they'll do that stuff. I think that three-step shot still works about punch. But punch fighters can get that punch way down here where strap fighters can't. Look at it, you can put it behind your back, right? So you might find good punch fighters will block that as well. Number one punch shield fight killer, right? Right? You're gonna block this shoulder with your punch. Boom. These are essentially a Florentine. Stab them, right? Boom. Right in the face. Don't do that. That's good. Good face. Right. Boom. You don't even need to get them to commit to the shoulder. What you need to do is get them to not move their shield. Right, there are two ways to get around a shield. Either get them to move it or get them to not move it. But what you're trying to prevent is getting them to, you don't want them blocking your stuff. Right? If you can get them to move it, if you can get them to overlock into your wrestling shield. If you can get them to block with it, great. You got whatever you want down there too. But if he's got a regular shield stance here, and I can get him to not move it, like if he's just bump and it's good here, that's fine too, because he's still open, right? What he's not doing is reading this as not a shot that I'm just going to hit him in the shield and then blocking my stab. That's what you want to prevent, right? Boom, boom, boom. All right, any more? Does that answer the punch shield question? Okay. Any more? Shield size variation. Good call. Anything smaller than 24 inches needs to be a punch shield. Like, just no question. Anything smaller than this is a 24-inch warlord punch, right? Anything smaller than this needs to be a punch shield. There's no reason to strap a tiny shield to your forearm. Unless it, well, I mean battle game stuff, yeah. If you're doing battle game stuff, yeah, strap all kinds of shields to your body. But when you're actually fighting, there's no reason to have a shield strapped to your forearm, right? Right? Right. So, if you're anything smaller than this needs to be a punch shield. Perfect strap shield size is between about 27 and 29 inches. We got any shield there. Right, there we go. This is essentially the largest medium shield that you can use, right? Medium shields are perfect. And there's a variation of sizes of people. I got kids way smaller than me or Atlas, but we're all gonna use this size shield. And there's a reason for it. And I'm gonna show you. I think I already showed it through, right, yeah. There's a reason we all use like essentially the same size shield. It's because we want to be able to throw shots around it, right? I want to be able to come across it out here. If I got a big old shield that comes out to here, I really can't do that because my arm doesn't come out that far. I've got to like come out here and then come back. Mainly though, go on that side. Mainly though, and this is really the biggest reason that I've seen to use a medium shield, other than it's just comfortable, right? You don't have to like, you're not hitting yourself in the face with it. You're not like, hitting it with your leg when you're walking around. It's just kind of the perfect little size. But in shot-wise, the reason to have a medium shield is this, right? When you throw that shot, your hand needs to be on the other side of your shield, right? Because if it's not, if it's here, can't do anything, right? When I throw that shot, I need to be able to break my wrist, right? That's how you kill high cross people too. They throw that big high cross on you, boom, and you need to be able to do that. You got a question?
You were talking about like a lot of for single cell 14 about like following the shield line. Mm-hmm. What if somebody had a shield like take through the points on it and that mess with the gyrus?
What kind of shield is it?
Well, just like instead of teardrop or a surface.
Oh, right. So what I'm talking about is following the plane of the shield, right? Following this outer surface. Boom. I want to follow along this plane of the shield. I'm not directly following. There's one shot that I know of that you're going to follow this circular edge, and that's this pocket stab, where you're going to just kind of like, boom. But people with square shields are super vulnerable to that anyway, right? Because they always cock it over, and it looks like, you end up with like a diamond with the point at their face and like both of their shoulders exposed. I mean, it's a good principle in theory if you hold it up here like this, but nobody fights like this. So they're always like, they end up cocking it over, and it's like, point in their chin and both their shoulders are exposed. It's like, I don't know why anybody does it. Anyway, all right, so any other questions about shield? So large shields, and keep in mind, all this stuff I'm saying is about like actual combat fighting. I'm not talking about battle games, I'm not talking about any of this stuff. I don't see any point to a shield bigger than this. In my opinion, if you're just like ditching, fighting, tournaments, there is no point to any shield bigger than that. Right. Right, maybe one or two if you're ditching and stuff like that. But really this, you're talking about actual like amp guard martial arts. There's no point to a shield any bigger than this.
Are there any specific points that would help against more than one person?
What's that?
Are there any specific points that would help against more than one person?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so give me three people. Give me three people. I'm gonna use this punch. Yeah, 4 people's fine, whatever. All right, so if you're out ditching or this actually might work in a battle game too, especially if all these guys were like melee fighters and you were a melee fighter too. As long as you're not gonna get backstabbed or like just hit with a spell ball, this is gonna, can you keep my sword out of the way so that we stepped on it? This is gonna apply. So like, let's say I'm ditching and shit, I'm all by myself now. Okay, these guys all got killed and they were on my team and now they suck. I'm by myself. Oh. These guys are all still alive now. What am I gonna do? So there's a few things you can do. You can stand here and like, okay, I'm gonna put this dude. What happens? Right, Atlas gonna come around and kill me. Right, that sucks. If they're smart, they're gonna do this. Right? These two guys are gonna go straight at me. These guys are gonna, oh man, I'm super screwed. Right? Like, I mean, if I was like a Tai Chi warrior or something, that'd be super sweet, but I'm not. Right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna identify the most unathletic person on the ditch field. Right? Who's on the edge. Sorry, slide. Right? And I'm gonna push. right? Out here. Oh, look, he's up. This guy moved out all by himself, right? He's dead. I'm gonna keep moving around. Now this guy, these guys. Oh, but okay, go back, stand right here. Go back to where you guys were. All right, what happened? Where? Look at this. Look at this. Where are those guys? They're way back behind this guy. Right? So if I move these guys, we're now down to 2 guys. Right? I'm moving around. Right? Yeah, now they're doing a lot better. There you go, now I'm dead. But what happened was they adjusted, right? Shields together, they're moving around. When you're on your own, and you're fighting lots of guys, what you want to do is stack them up. If I can get to the outside and get Atlas to fall in front here or something, right, ooh. Now I'm just doing this, right? Now I'm just fighting one guy. You know? I might do something hilarious, like, you know, like the guy behind him. The goal, though, is to get these guys stacked up. Get them tripping on each other. That'll happen. It's hilarious, too. When you get like 4 or 5 people all together, and like people trying to come forward, people trying to get to the edge, they'll start tripping on each other. Hit a guy in the leg, he's going down, and like some dude behind him like falls over. You're fighting lots of people, that's the goal. There's a great SKBC class called One on Many. And when I took it, Delos and Thor taught it. Great. You just learn how to, there's a lot of running though. Yeah. When you're gonna move around, you're gonna be exhausted by the end. You fight these guys, you gotta get them. Like if they stay like this, not much you can do. You're gonna try to catch a leg, but if he's paying attention, as soon as you swing here, you're gonna get killed. You gotta get these guys stacked up. Ooh, there we go. Right? That's how you fight lots of people at once.
I've heard that referred to as crossing the T.
Oh, yeah, I don't know that. Yeah, I haven't heard that before. But yeah, it sounds cool. All right, anything else?
Bigger people are using reach on smaller players.
What's that?
Big people using reach on smaller people.
All right, give me a tiny person. Look, this guy's not an idiot. He knows he's not as tall as me, right? He knows he's shorter than me. He knows his arms are shorter than me, right? So he's gonna come into this fight and he knows to get inside, he's gonna have to catch a block, just period, right? I'm gonna be way out here. As soon as I got, just like we were talking about in that Florentine section, as soon as he closes into my space, I want to throw shots. I want to deter him from taking any of my territory. Right? As soon as he closes, I want to throw shots. So this guy knows, I'm sorry, what's your name again? Nadar. All right, so Nadar here, he knows if he wants to close with me, he's going to have to catch some blocks. So he's ready for that, right? He's going to bait this arm a little bit, right? He's going to bait this shoulder a little bit to get me to throw. Boom, now he got what he now you can take a big step in when you do that. Boom, now he gets what he wants. So when you're a small person and you're fighting a big person, you have to catch a block to get inside. Right? You want to make them throw a shot. Boom, catch it and move in. Right? You want to move in on them though. You don't want to stab them from range. You want to get inside, take some steps in. Right? Is this, all right, so the difference between his optimal range and mine is, so I can hit him from here. Right? The problem is he can't hit me from here, but I take like half a step over. He can hit me from there. So we're talking about the difference between, like this dude's like a foot shorter than me. But the difference between his hitting range and mine is like a foot length, right? So all he's gonna do is like get this far in, and he can hit. From where we start and where we maintain, like all he's gonna do is like this much of a step. Now like it's 4 inches, 5 inches maybe, and he can hit me from there, right? So you don't have to close a lot. You don't have to be like, oh. But you are going to have to catch a block to get inside because I want to swing from down here. Boom, right? And the thing is, I want to move back as soon as that happens. Like, I want to maintain this area where I can hit him and he can't hit me. So as soon as he starts coming in, catches a block, he either gets my arm, but I'm already moving away, right? Like, he's moving, so you're going to have to catch a block, get inside, get my arm, I'm getting away already. Now I'm down an arm, right? right? And you're still gonna have to catch a block, and that's nice. You push that sword out of the way and hit him, right? So if you're a short fighter, you're fighting large fighters, like big, lanky dudes. You just have to accept the fact that you're gonna have to catch a block to get inside. Good?
So I know you said you focus more on tournament fighting, but spellcasters generally can't use long swords without taking your spell. So would there be any advice on dagger fighting?
I don't know. Sorry. Yeah, I meant to tell you, like, if you got battle game questions, I got nothing for you. Sorry. We used to, in our tournaments, we used to have sections, like a dagger fighting section, and we essentially just stopped using it 8 years ago because it just turns into a boxing match. Right? It's just people punching each other. Dagger fighting is something you do for fun. It's not really that effective in terms of like actual martial art, avant-garde martial arts. You want to fight with daggers and you have fun doing it, by all means do it. I've seen a lot of people have, like 2 double down daggers, and then they'll roll up on a shield and catch like some sick block and just like, ah. Like, people have fun with it and do it. I don't have any advice for it because I've never fought dagger really, and you don't see like tournament fighters fighting with daggers. Right? Sorry, I couldn't help you there, bud. All right, any more questions?
I meant more like early person. I meant more like as a big player.
Oh, how do you fight smaller players?
The little ones.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
keep
you're already big.
keep
Right?
Do with just big person.
Give me a small person who's not. Well, I'm bigger than everybody, so I can't really play the small person. Stand up, everybody. Right, I'm a big person. Your advantage is just already out of my. Right. The advantage is that you can close to this range where he can't hit me and I can hit him. If he's got a shield, small people always do this too. They will always, like hide. Right? Like you come over the top of them, and if they have a shield, they're always going to be like, oh no. Right? Then maybe if they think it gives them better defense, a lot of people will lean back too if they're real small. Ooh, and they, if you're good at doing it, Delos is great at doing it. When I fight Delos, he'll stand right in front of me. If I close, he's just like, like you're a big person, your range, essentially, right? And the fact that you can just super go over the top of people is your advantage, right? Just know that they know to get inside they're going to have to catch a block, so they're going to be ready to catch a block, right? All right, if there aren't any more questions, all right, let's get some water, walk around for a second, and then we're going to start working on actual combat techniques.